Hi guys, this is Toby Aspin with another healing conversation. And you see that? That's the Tower Bridge. And I live the other side of that Tower Bridge. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine a few days ago, and we were talking about healing, as you do. And I was just trawling through the sort of success rate we've had and looking at my CV of things that happened in the past. And he was saying, how does it actually work? How does this all emotional hoovering up thing, the way he used his words, work? And I cited an example of a girl who came to see me about a year or so ago, and she was covered in spots, right from sort of here and in her arms to all of her face. And she was 23 and just the wrong age for her to have spots. And she tried creams, she tried pills, and for her, those didn't work. Because I believe they're kind of generic and they just work on certain things, whereas healing is subjective. It's completely personal to the person and their emotional matrix, their soul. They're cleaning a hoover from the inside out. So I got to say, it took a few months for it all to clear, and it cleared in stages. Her forehead was the first go, the top third just vanished, her skin was all sort of shiny. And next, the middle bit sort of disappeared, and the skin became pure, but there was still some here. And then the remaining weeks, this third section completely disappeared, because she must have been, and it applies to a lot of people, sitting on emotional stuff where something happened in her past and felt she wasn't good enough, or she felt something. But my point is, it's an emotion. And once you're dealing with the way someone feels, healing can just hoover it up totally. And when there's no emotion there to attract that self-fulfilling prophecy, the body heals itself. It doesn't believe that you are unworthy. It believes you can look beautiful and your skin is perfect. And there's no creams, I would say so far, that have done the same thing. And healing is such a holistic theory that applies to lots of other clients that come to me. I had a girl who gave up smoking. She didn't come to me to give up smoking. She actually gave up drinking for a while, but that returns, but to a far lesser level. And she was so, I suppose, zenned out. She felt so good that she didn't need any props. What she needed was for other things, but the smoking was just an aside. And I've actually had people who've had children who've been told they would never have children 3 times. 2 of them, they were having IVF treatment in parallel with working with me, but they had IVF before seeing me, and to date they didn't conceive, nothing had gone to term anyway. And so, to be fair, it could have been the IVF, but there was the 2 of us working together, which is, I think, the best way forward. And similarly, any one of those people could have felt they weren't worthy of having a child, or, I'm improvising at this point, they heard children are bad, never have children, or something stuck in their, lodged in their subconscious, and they're just sitting on all this sort of belief that they're not worthy to have a child, and they've completely forgotten they ever heard this, or completely forgotten that their thinking when they were younger did that detour and went down that avenue of I'm not worthy. So what healing can do, since we're dealing with an emotional currency, is remove that doubt, or remove that indulgence or whatever emotion was there, and the body again can heal itself. And the third time, because those were the 2, that was completely up to me. The girl in question I can't remember how old she was, but she'd had irregular plumbing. Her calendar wasn't even from the age of 13, 14, and could never have a child, and she was told she couldn't have a child. And she didn't go to anybody else. There's no IVF. That was solely the healing, and whatever clicked, and I got photos of the miracle child sent to me. So this stuff works because it's subjective to the person I'm dealing with at the time, or any healer's dealing with. And there are cases of, I'm very good with depressives, which of course is a big emotion. People come to me seriously, can hardly walk through the door. They don't see the point in waking up in the morning. The gunk they're sitting on is a whole lifetime of proving yourself right. They'll wake up in the morning and think, oh, why bother? And the whole day is more of why bother. And to them, they're right. That's their whole world. So at some point in their past, they veered down an avenue of what's it all about, and kept proving that theory right. So what healing does is remove that emotion. So there's no struggle, there's no I must be positive, because You can't go through life trying to be positive. You have to believe positive things. But without the pull to the depressive, all you do is see the good in things. And I may have mentioned this one before, but there is no happier sight than a mother walking into the room to see her 15-year-old boy, who spent months, some years in some cases, in other situations, but this months where the boy would stare at the wall and just didn't see the point in anything. To see him sit up on the massage couch, which is what I have in front of me, to say, "Hey mum, come, let's go and do something," and she was just a mess in a good way, just floods of tears. And again, it's just, you harvest the emotion that they're sitting on and work from the inside out and pull that out. And it's easy as a healer, the non-contact energy healer, to hoover that out. That's the only way forward, and then the body can function itself and move forward. I could go on, but I'll save that for another time. So I've got my coffee, I'll have it before it goes cold, and I'll speak to you again. Bye guys.